What's up, beautiful financial train wrecks? Welcome back to Debt Sucks, the podcast where we talk about money without pretending we've got color-coded spreadsheets and inner peace. I'm your host, Ben Matthews, bankruptcy attorney, professional translator of financial chaos, and the guy who has seen every version of I'm fine that is aggressively not fine. And today we're wrapping up the True Wealth Playbook with non-negotiable number 5, quiet confidence. Now I know what that sounds like. It sounds like a self-help book your aunt grabs at the airport next to a neck pillow and a cinnamon roll the size of a hubcap. But stay with me, because this might be the most important financial skill you'll ever build. And it's the one that ties everything else together. And no, this is not about becoming some Sigma male lone wolf emotionless statue the internet's obsessed with this week. This is about reaching a place where you stop performing your entire financial life for an audience that, plot twist, isn't even watching. Nobody's tracking your car. Nobody's auditing your vacation photos. Nobody cares that your neighbor leased a boat named Poor Decisions. So buckle up, grab your overpriced coffee, which for the record you do not need to justify to me, and let's talk about why the quietest wealth is the realest wealth. All right, let me ask you something. When's the last time you made a money decision and didn't immediately feel the urge to explain it to somebody? I'll wait. Yeah, I thought so. We live in this absolutely unhinged era where every purchase, every no, every financial move feels like it needs to be defended in front of an invisible panel of judges keeping score on your lifestyle. And here's the funniest part. Those judges, well, they're broke too. They're just louder about it. You buy a latte, suddenly you're defending your entire financial philosophy to a coworker who spends $200 a month on vape juice like it's a retirement strategy. You skip a destination wedding. Now you're writing a thesis paper to people who will forget you didn't go by Monday. You drive a used car, and somebody's uncle at Thanksgiving starts giving you asset advice while he's 3 payments behind on a boat named Liquid Mistake. It's exhausting and completely unnecessary. Quiet confidence is what happens when you realize you don't owe anyone an explanation for your money choices. Not your friends, not your family, and definitely not some random internet's finance bro who read Rich Dad Poor Dad once in 2019 and made it his personality. Let me be crystal clear for a second. Quiet confidence is not being secretive, shady, or financially mysterious like you're laundering money through a Venmo account. This is not you refusing to talk to your spouse, not hiding bills in the trunk, not smiling in public while your credit cards are smoking in the corner like overworked casino dealers. That's not quiet confidence. That's financial infidelity. Whole different problem. Whole different therapy bill. Quiet confidence isn't about shutting people out. It's about not performing your financial life for people who have zero stake in your well-being. They're not paying your bills. They're not funding your retirement. They're not showing up when the stress hits, so they don't get a vote. Quiet confidence is moving with intention without needing applause from spectators who aren't even in the game. Highlight real wealth versus real life wealth, or why social media is financially gaslighting you. All right, let's talk about the first big piece of quiet confidence. Stop comparing your real life to everyone else's highlight reel. This one is savage in the social media area. Everybody's posting wins. Vacations, new cars, promotions. I paid off $50,000 in 6 month stories that conveniently leave out the part where they moved back in with their parents, ate ramen recreationally, and got a surprise inheritance from Grandma Doris. Meanwhile, you're scrolling at 11 p.m., eating cereal for dinner, wondering if you're failing because you haven't bought a house yet. Reality check. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their movie trailer, your blooper reel to their Instagram highlight, your rough draft to their final edit. Of course it's making you feel nuts. This is exactly why we push the brutally honest money breakdown, because comparison thrives in the fog. It lives where you don't actually know your own numbers. Brutally honest money breakdown cuts the lights on. What's coming in, what's going out, what's bleeding you, what's saving you, what's real. You can't build quiet confidence on vibes. You build it on clarity. I had a friend, we'll call him Derek. Well, because that's his real name and he signed the waiver to get roasted. Derek bought a brand new car he absolutely could not afford because 3 people in his friend group bought new cars the same month. Mind you, Derek had a perfectly fine 2020 Camry. Reliable, paid on time, adulting gold star. But suddenly it felt like a losermobile because other people were posting shiny dealership photos. So Derek signs a 6-year loan at 9% on a car that lost 20% of its value before he finished setting up Bluetooth. Not because he needed it, because he felt like he was falling behind. In an imaginary race, nobody else was even running. So let's fast forward a year. Derek's stressed, can't afford to do anything fun, emotionally bonded to his car payment like it's a toxic ex he can't block. That's comparison debt. Quiet confidence looks different. It's seeing someone else post their new Tesla and thinking, cool, good for them. And then going back to your life, not spiraling into shame about your 2019 Honda Civic that still starts every morning like a loyal golden retriever. Protect your peace, not your feed. Or stop letting broke people stress you out alone. All right, tactical time. Here's your assignment. Unfollow people who make you feel like financial trash. I'm not kidding. If somebody's feed leaves you feeling inadequate, anxious, behind, you don't need to work through that. You need to hit unfollow like it owes you money. Protect your mental bandwidth. And if you can't unfollow because it's family, mute them. Instagram built that mute button specifically for your cousin who discovered crypto in 2021 and now speaks exclusively in Bitcoin metaphors. You don't owe anyone your daily peace just because you share DNA. And while we're here, stop trying to solve the mystery of how other people afford their lives. You don't know their debt. You don't know their stress. You don't know if mom and dad are secretly funding Cabo. You don't know the interest rate, the balance, or the emotional chaos behind the scenes. You're seeing the showroom, not the financing terms. Stay in your lane. You're running the debt sucks plan. Eyes forward, no comparison traffic. No is a complete financial sentence. Next up, saying no without the TED Talk. This is where quiet confidence shows up in real life. Somebody invites you to something you absolutely cannot afford, and instead of saying, I can't make it, you launch into a 5-paragraph explanation featuring your student loans, your car insurance, your dentist bill, and somehow your dog's anxiety. Why do we do this? Because we're terrified people will think we're broke, or cheap, or boring, or not fun anymore. So instead of just declining, we start defending ourselves like we're on trial for financial crimes against brunch. But here's the truth. Most people are way too busy worrying about their own lives to judge yours nearly as much as you think. And the ones who do judge you for saying no, those people suck. You're not required to audition for their approval. Quiet confidence isn't about what you say out loud. It's what you don't feel the need to explain. It's declining an invite and calmly thinking, this doesn't fit my goals right now. Or my money already has assignments. Sometimes it's as simple as, I'm not putting this on a card. I don't need the stress that comes with that. You don't announce it. You don't justify it. You don't defend it. You just decide and move on. Because when your plan is clear, your no doesn't come from fear. It comes from intention. And then you stop talking. No justification, no spreadsheet breakdown, no financial autobiography. Just a clean adult no. You're not saying no because you're broke. You're saying no because your money already has a job. And if someone gets offended because you didn't provide a detailed audit of your finances, that's not your problem. That's their boundary issue. Quiet confidence is knowing your goals matter more than someone else's expectations. It's choosing your future over temporary approval. It's boundaries with a pulse. All right, homework time. The next time someone invites you to something you absolutely cannot afford, I want you to say no. And then, stay with me here, stop talking. No explanation, no budget breakdown, no dramatic monologue about inflation, student loans, and your emotional support grocery bill. Just, can't make it this time. That's it, full sentence, roll the credits. Try it once. I promise the world will not end. Your friendships will not implode. Nobody's filing a missing persons report because you skipped bottomless mimosas. And you might notice something unexpected. You feel a little freer because every time you stop over-explaining, you're practicing quiet confidence in real time. Plan is greater than panic. Stop letting financial TikTok run your life. All right, now let's talk about moving with intention instead of reacting to everybody else's financial noise like a cat chasing laser pointers. Because this is where the Debt Sucks tools come in. Quiet confidence isn't just mindset fluff. It's systems. It's structure. It's removing panic from the equation. Take the shit happens fund. That's quiet confidence in cash form. It's the difference between, oh no, the car broke, we're doomed, and, okay, this is annoying, but we've got it handled. That emotional difference, that's power. Quiet confidence is having a plan and trusting it enough to ignore the advice tornado swirling around you. Because without confidence, you're constantly reacting. Somebody says crypto is the future, you panic buy Bitcoin. Somebody says you're behind if you're not maxing out your 401k, now you're spiraling. Somebody says real estate is the move, and suddenly you're doom-scrolling Zillow at midnight, like it's a hobby. Meanwhile, you're progressing on nothing because you're trying to do everything. Quiet confidence sounds like, here's my plan. It fits my life. I'm sticking to it. Maybe your plan is stability first. Build the shit happens fund. Run the brutally honest money breakdown. Pay down chaos before chasing investments. That's smart. Maybe your plan is renting 2 more years while you rebuild after bankruptcy. Also smart. Your plan is your plan. If it's based on reality, not pressure, not comparison, not somebody else's timeline, it's the right plan. So here's your challenge this week. Practice quiet confidence in one area of your financial life. Just one. Maybe it's saying no without over-explaining. Maybe it's unfollowing someone who makes you feel behind. Maybe it's finally doing the brutally honest money breakdown so you stop guessing. Maybe it's starting your shit happens fund so your life stops feeling like a weekly emergency episode. Pick one, because this isn't about having the most money. It's not about impressing people. It's definitely not about winning some imaginary race nobody admits they're running. It's about feeling solid in your own life, trusting your plan, moving with intention instead of reacting to everybody else's noise. See, that's quiet confidence. That's true wealth. And that's something nobody can take from you.
Hey, let's get real for a sec. The Debt Sucks plan, it's awesome. It works. But not everyone has the time or the patience to chip away at their financial Mount Everest. Maybe you're drowning right now, like creditors calling your grandma, paycheck gone before it lands, sleepless nights count of drowning. Sound familiar? Listen, you don't have to white-knuckle your way through this alone. Instead of spending years battling debt $1 at a time, I've got you. Bankruptcy isn't a failure, it's a fresh start. And sometimes hitting reset is the smartest thing you can do. At my law firm here in South Carolina, we take the time to listen to your story and help you figure out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you. No pressure, no judgment, just straight answers and real solutions. And if you don't live in South Carolina, don't worry. I can connect you with a trusted attorney in your state. Wherever you are, help is closer than you think. So if you're ready to stop the stress and start fresh, visit debtsucks.info to share a little about your situation or call my office for a free consultation. Let's find your path forward together, because sometimes you don't need a plan, you need a damn lifeline. Let me be that lifeline.
All right, that's it for this episode of Debt Sucks. If you enjoyed it, hit subscribe, leave a review, preferably 5 stars. But honestly, I'll take a 3-star with actual feedback over radio silence and emotional abandonment. And share this with someone who needs to hear it. You know the one, the friend still financially performing for people they don't even like. And real quick, thank you. Seriously, for the likes, for the shares, for the follows, for spreading this message and helping more people realize they're not alone in this money world. That support matters more than you know. And it's how this whole Debt Sucks movement keeps growing. If you want the tools we talked about, Shit Happens Fund, Brutally Honest Money Breakdown, you can grab them at debtsucks.info. Until next time, your financial journey is yours. trust it, own it, and stop explaining it to people who don't matter. Remember, adulting is hard. Debt makes it harder. I'll see you next week.